Today guys, we're gonna make a honey glazed baked chicken wing. I'm Chef Kyle from Kyle's Creations, here to make simple and healthy recipes for everyday living. If you're new now and you love to get creative with cooking, hit that subscribe button right now and ding my notification bell for my latest and tasty recipe. We're gonna use a wonderful, light, fragrant sofrito recipe, meaning we're gonna do a raw marinade that has a lot of wonderful flavors. If you guys want to know more information about the ingredients or seasonings that I'm using, click my WebMD links in the description. Add some fresh ginger, some fresh thyme, raw garlic, green bell peppers, some lime juice and some orange juice for some acid, of course cilantro. This is based off a original Puerto Rican sofrito designed by Henry Doppel Jr. So it's gonna have coconut water. It's gonna give you a lot of flavor and you're gonna keep things light and healthy. And we don't have to use any butter for this. You don't want the hassle to have to deal with getting rid of the oil that you use to fry your wings. That is actually the biggest pain. And we're gonna start right now with the marinade. So, I'm gonna have my onion. Now everything here is going in our food processor. So we don't need to chop this up very fine. Just a rough chop is fine. My half of a yellow onion is going in my food processor. Take the bell peppers, rough chop. That's a third of a green bell pepper right in there. All right, we're gonna add 4 cloves of garlic. Just remove the ends. We're just gonna crush that the back of the knife. Now the fresh ginger, use back of a spoon, or you can even use a sharp knife to peel it. Really only need a tablespoon of that, so half. This one I do like to chop. Right into my food processor. All right, some fresh cilantro, about 2 tablespoons. And if you don't like cilantro, you can always use fresh parsley. Some picked fresh thyme. Pull the thyme leaves off the stem towards you. Right into my food processor. Right now, I'm gonna zest the orange. We're gonna use the juice right now, but I'm gonna save the zest for a garnish after we finish baking these wings. Squeeze the juice of half an orange into the food processor. Make sure to not get any seeds in there. Squeeze the juice of half a lime. Typically you would cook sofrito, but right now it's just gonna cook in the acid. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of coconut milk and the coconut water. Half a teaspoon of baking powder. In case you guys don't know, baking powder is actually gonna break down the marinade and also break down the protein in the chicken wings and make it more tender. We're gonna brine it with some tamari, about 2 tablespoons of that. So you don't have to use a barbecue sauce. This is actually a very easy marinade that's gonna make this super flavorful. And 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, we have the base here secured. Check on it halfway through. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, very easy. Didn't even take 5 minutes to do that, all right? I'm gonna set that aside while we prep the wings. We have a little bit over a pound of wings. This is a decent amount for 1 to 2 people. Quadruple the recipe if you're watching Super, because these wings are so good, you guys are gonna wanna make more. Here's the anatomy of a chicken wing. So we got the wing drumette, which is like a little drumstick. We got the flat, which is the middle part, and we got the tip right here. So we're just gonna break it down. Makes things very easy. So you just expose the joint between the wingtip and the flat and just split it. Same thing here, expose it. I always like to come down at an angle and then they're split. So you could save the tips and use that to make a stock. Bonus, I'm gonna add some ground cumin to this. Just need about half a tablespoon of that. You guys can smell it. It's cooking right now. This raw marinade is cooking and it smells delicious. It's saying go into that bowl. Just cover it. Give it a good toss so the cumin can infuse into this wonderful marinade. Cover it in plastic wrap. Marinate this for at least 24 hours. Okay, I have 4 baby cloves of garlic. I'm gonna roast it on low with some extra virgin olive oil, just enough to coat. Get that on maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Starting to get some color on there. Right, nice and golden. Shut off the heat. I'm gonna remove the garlic cloves. Just gonna set it on its side to cool off, and then we'll mash it into the mayo. In the meantime, we're gonna make a roasted garlic mayo. Mayo's going in. About 3 or 4 spoonfuls. Mash up the garlic. Add that right to the mayo. Good squeeze of fresh lime juice and a little bit of water to thin it out. Just mix it until it becomes a nice, smooth consistency. You guys can make a Dijonnaise with this and add some mustard to it. You can also add other spices. Fresh cilantro off the stem. Give it a quick chop. Save the freshly chopped cilantro as a topping to toss the wings with. Right. Take the wings, remove it from the marinade. You could use this marinade for chicken breasts. You could make skewers with it. Going to use the same marinade to marinate a whole chicken. So, we're gonna pat it dry. Even though we're baking them, we're still gonna get them crispy. So guys, drop a comment, type in crispy if you think these baked wings are gonna be crispy. If you think they're not gonna be crispy, type in not crispy. Let's see who wins. Okay, I'm gonna salt them. Salt the skin to draw out some moisture. A little bit of baking powder as well, just a little bit. And let these get crispy as well. Flip over the wings. Sprinkle more baking powder. And more salt. I'm gonna stick this in the fridge to air dry for at least 20 minutes. These wings are air dried to completion. So, pat out any excess moisture. Take all the wings, dump them in a bowl, add some extra virgin olive oil just to coat. Optional, we're gonna add some ground mushroom powder and ground cumin. Remember, we're gonna layer in flavors. It's in the marinade, now it's in the dry rub. And some potato starch, that's going right in. Touch of salt, give this a toss. Lay it out on a wired rack or baking sheet with parchment paper, skin side up, and we're gonna go straight to our oven, 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're gonna do this for about 20 to 25 minutes. All right, after 15 minutes, look at these. Oh, crispy. Just gonna flip them over. Cook these for another 10 minutes. Okay, just flip these wings over. Look at how crispy these are. Baked and crispy. Look how wonderful that is. All right, let these cool off for about a minute or two. Here, add them to a mixing bowl. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of raw honey to it, just enough to glaze. Throw in some fresh cilantro and the orange zest just at the end. A little bit of sumac. You guys can find sumac, you can order it online. It's a wonderful, zesty spice. If you can't take lime juice or anything acidic, you can use sumac. There you go. All right, let's plate these wings. Super Bowl wing party, here we come. You guys couldn't tell if these were baked or fried. They're not breaded, but they look wonderful and they smell amazing. Look at that glaze. Very simple, no butter. Just delicious flavor and healthy ingredients. A little bit of sumac so you guys know. And we're gonna try wing now. Time for the taste test. Look at that. Beautiful. Let's try it right now. That is so good. Super flavorful, very light. The honey glaze gives it a nice little bit of sweetness. Taste the marinade. Perfect balance of zesty flavor without being overpowering. All those wonderful garlic and onion notes are coming through. It's like a brined wing, so it's flavored from the inside and you don't have to worry about frying it or adding a barbecue sauce to it. It's just perfect the way it is. So let's try one with the sauce right now. Oh my God, guys. Wow. Guys, that is so good. I can't believe it. But this is such a healthy way to showcase wings. If you want another perfect party platter appetizer for your next Super Bowl party or gathering, click my link for sweet potato falafel. It will knock your socks off. It has a wonderful yogurt dressing that pairs beautifully with it. Your chicken lovers can have your wings. You're vegetarians and vegans, you can have the sweet potato falafels. Everybody wins. Let's see who wins the Super Bowl, and stay tuned for the next episode. Take care.